Rah bakshtam sır parvardigaro Zekihuvatiyo myani marnai Sipar truhmar parmaki ano Firno kunigom zer zabre Ashkun khat kansi purna yakbaro Zekihuvatiyo myani marnai Tafchum badnas habkho tune Adno aham zahti khabre Tafchum badnas habkho tune adno ahum zahti khabre Telika yelitravnam andmazaro Zekyo hua tiyo mya marne.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Beyond Jhelum, where today we explore the life of a fascinating poet who is also known as the Nightingale of Kashmir. Amar, do you have any idea who is known as the Nightingale of Kashmir?
I'm presuming it's Habba Khatun because you just recited. Fine, okay.
Oh, I think I just gave it up. Yes, this is Habba Khatun, who is considered to be the Nightingale of Kashmir. Hello everyone, my name is Adil Khande and here is my friend
Amr Mia. And let's start with translating these beautiful lines that you just recited. And let's break it one by one. Yeah?
Sure. So, okay, let me read the Kashmiri version of it, and I think it will be better if we can just give the translation of it. Okay? Rah bakshtam sir parvardigaro se kyo hua tiyo myani marnai.
Perfect. And correct me if I'm wrong with the translation. So here Habba Khatun says, "O God, forgive all my sins and show me the right way. What will you gain with my death?"
Sipar truhmar parmaki ano furno kunigom zer zavare.
I read all the 30, I don't know what is it called, chapters, not
Paras.
chapters, but paras,
Yeah.
of Quran. This is the holy book of Muslims. Without making any errors, checking each and every verse carefully and reading it faithfully.
And then it says, Ashkun khat koisi purna yakbaro. Ashkun khat koisi purna yakbaro. Se kyo hua tiyo myani marnai.
But still I believe the letter of love could not be read with such beauty and honor, O God. What will you gain with my death?
Beautiful. And then, like, these are the most beautiful verses that I love immensely. And it goes like this. Tafchum badnas hab khautune. Tafchum badnas hab khautune. Adno ahum zahti khabre.
I have fever and yet you never came to see how I'm doing.
Telika yelitravnam andmazaro. Se kyo hua tiyo myani marnai.
Will you come when they put my lifeless body inside the grave? What will you gain with my death? This is such a spiritual conversation between the God and the divine's creation, and it makes me more inquisitive now to know more about Habba Khatun.
Absolutely, and indeed it is a very, very beautiful conversation. And I think before we proceed further, let me share some interesting trivia about Habba Khatun. Do you know, Amir, that her first name was not Habba Khatun actually?
I never knew this.
से बिल्कुल पोस्ट वन आंसर. लाइक हब्बा खातून तो बाद में उनका नाम पड़ा. उनका असली नाम जून राथर था. तो जून ऐसी चपाई जून छो ना चंद्र, जून मून को बोलते हैं, चांद को बोलते हैं. एंड उनका नाम जून इसलिए था बिकॉज बहुत सारे लोग, लाइक बुक्स में ऐसा लिखा गया है कि दैट शी हैड अ वेरी वेरी चार्मिंग, she was very charming, she was very beautiful. And that's why her beauty was compared to the beauty of the moon.
Super. So by ye batao, how did this transition happen? From moon to nightingale. मतलब खुदा की मखलूक आसमानी से परिंदे ज़मीनी कैसे हो गया?
Wow, amazing. मखलूक आसमानी परिंदे ज़मीनी, amazing. So दोनों ही नाम आई थिंक उनको काफ़ी सूट करते हैं. जैसा मैंने कहा, मून ऑब्वियसली बिकॉज शी वॉज वेरी ब्यूटीफुल, एंड नाइटिंगेल थोड़ा बाद में उनका नाम पड़ा. एंड वो इसलिए पड़ा बिकॉज हर वॉइस वॉज वेरी एन्चेंटिंग. इट वॉज very beautiful. So that is why she was also known as the Nightingale of Kashmir. Bulbul ki आवाज़.
Super. So I've heard that some people even compare her with Shakespeare, but I think she had more dramatical personal life. So let's hear more about her personal life. I'm sure at least she had better hair than Shakespeare. Huh?
Definitely better hair for sure. तो कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि such as Miss Palmbridge, कुछ लोग कहते हैं कि she has been from Grace.
अच्छा, मतलब यहाँ पे भी claim चल रहा है.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. So there is a spot near Suravan in Grace जिसको Hillock of Habba Khatun भी कहते हैं. So there is a hill which is named after her.
Okay, but खैर पर जो भी है कश्मीरी हैं, right? And so let us know more about her family. मतलब poetic माहौल था क्या?
क्यों, जावेद अख्तर के डैडी पोएट थे क्या?
सच बताऊं, हाँ थे. हाँ, उनके डैडी.
तो फिर गुलजार साहब के थे.
उनके नहीं थे.
Okay, nevertheless, I think हब्बा खातून के जो वालिद थे अब्दुल राथर, he was actually a well-to-do farmer. ठीक है, ज़मींदार थे. एंड उनकी ये हमेशा से ये ख्वाहिश थी कि उनके बच्चे कुरान पढ़ें. ठीक है, एंड तो he was the major influence behind हब्बा खातून's education. And or Habba Khatun, like, she was considered an extraordinary child from the beginning itself. Even beyond her village, people started recognizing her early on. And she used to, read books day in and day out.
Okay, so let's talk further. Let's turn the page and let's talk about her marriage. Yeah.
So Zoon, she had I would say, a very traumatic marriage. She was married to Aziz Loan, and he was described as, and I quote, dull-witted and apathetic to her love and charm. And Zoon, on the other hand, was devoted to him, and she worked very hard. She did all the household chores, worked day in and day out, without any appreciation.
And then that reminds me of the Nashukrana nature of many husbands right now, or vice versa, for that matter.
Yeah, and I think to top it, she had a very, very bad person, her mother-in-law as well, who used to be extremely bad to her.
समझ गया. So गम ने जून को हब्बा खातून बना दिया. I think हमारे viewers में भी शायद कुछ अभी हब्बा खातून हो.
Absolutely, I think जो आपने कहा कि गम ने उनको हब्बा खातून बना दिया, I think कह सकते हैं. And then she sought help from a saintly person named Khwaja Masood, who became her guide, and he is the one who gave her the title of Habba Khatun.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
And here is where it gets really interesting. She had a beautiful voice and was fond of singing, but her talents weren't appreciated at home.
तो मतलब खलवत में गाया जाता था.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay. So tell us more about then we have heard that Yusuf Chak came in her life, who was the fourth Sultan of Kashmir. What happened there?
Absolutely. So, I already told you that she was mistreated by her husband, right? And then, unfortunately, she used to go out and she used to sing in the wilderness. And one day, Yusuf Shah Chak, he saw that she was sitting and reciting the poems, and she was singing it, and he immediately fell in love with her.
Oh, so love at first sound. Huh? Okay.
Love at first sight, yes.
Okay. So basically, it's like a happy start to new beginnings, I'm presuming.
We can say that. Absolutely, but unfortunately, not a happy ending. You see, because Habba Khatun lived during a time of political, social, and economic distress in Kashmir, right? So the Chak dynasty, they ruled Kashmir from 1561 to 1588, and the Mughal emperor Akbar, जिनको सभी जानते हैं, he always has had his eyes set on conquering Kashmir. And Yusuf Shah Chak was deposed from the throne, and Habba Khatun's life changed dramatically after that. So her husband was exiled, and then Akbar separated them, and then after that they never met.
Wait, forever? You're saying forever? They never saw each other again?
They never saw each other again. Okay. In fact, she lived for about 20 years after Yusuf's exile. And I think she became really, really crazy after that, because she gave up the throne, she left the palace, and she started wandering in the forests, wandering here and there, and she was just reciting her poetry, and it was just her poetry with her. That's it.
That's really heartbreaking. So, so she basically spent the rest of her life pinning for her lost love. Yeah.
Pretty much. So her poetry from this period is characterized by melancholy,
Yeah.
bitterness, and regret. She wrote famous songs like you might have heard "Valo Myani Poshe Madano," right? Which means "Come, my flowery Cupid."
Yeah.
And my favorite, one of my most favorite poems of her, "Har Mukh Bartal." This is so heart-wrenching, and it goes like this. Let me recite it for you.
Yeah, it's
Let me recite
amazing.
it
It's
for you.
amazing. Yeah.
It says, "Har mukh bartal prarei madano, yidapaham tilagayo." Har mukh bartal prarei madano, yidapaham tilagayo. Posh dapham, gulab lagai madano.
Ah.
Posh dapham,
Gulab
gulab lagai
lagai
madano. Phambast naras mulgom. Phambast naras mulgom. Wallah metzepet dilgom.
Ah.
Butno you durer, salai madano. Butno you durer, salai madano. Eedapaham tilagyo.
Ah.
And here's something cool. She created a new musical composition known as Raste Kashmiri. And her poems are known as Yadhak or wailings in Kashmir. She was also known for her mastery of Persian raga called Muqami Iraq and was an expert in embroidery, sewing, and cooking. Talk about a Renaissance woman.
Oh, absolutely. And the legacy of this linguistic patriot lives on. I think she channeled all the heartbreak into her art, and transitioned her pain into poetry. So I think we should again break the lines that you recited. Beautiful lines.
Absolutely.
For
As
our
I said, these
for
are
your audience, right?
Absolutely, these are my
So-
beautiful lines.
So let's start
Sure.
one by one.
So
yeah?
it goes like this.
Hmm.
Har mukh bartal prarei madano yidapaham tilagyo.
Okay, let me translate. I'll wait for you at the gate of Harmukh, whom I love. Whatever you will ask for, I will provide you.
Right. Posh dapaham gulab lagai madano.
If you ask for a flower, I will provide you rose.
Then it says, Phambast naras mulgom. Phambast naras mulgom. Wallah metzepet dilgom.
Ah. Cotton and fire are now one. Oh God, my heart is stuck on you.
Bitno ye durer salai madano. Yidapaham tilagyo.
I can't bear this distance anymore. Oh my love, whatever you ask for, I will do that for you. Let me repeat, I can't bear this distance anymore. Oh my love, whatever you ask for, I will do that for you. We love you, Dad, Abba Khatun, and I think with this we should just wrap up today's episode. And talk to you next time, and see you beyond
Beyond
Jailam.
Jailam.
Thank you.
Thank you.